There is a saying, half bread is better than none. No be only when hunger dey catch you. But how does this old saying apply to business, entrepreneurship, and the creative world? In today's episode, we'll explore why sometimes starting with less is the key to getting more. Too often, we wait for the perfect opportunity, the big break, the full package, ignoring the small steps that could take us there. So, whether you're a startup founder, a freelancer, or a business owner, this mind shift could be the difference between success and stagnation. Let's dive in. Growing up in Nigeria, we've all heard this phrase, this proverb. It simply means it's better to have something, even if it's less than you hoped for, than to have nothing at all. A small opportunity today can be the foundation for something much bigger tomorrow. But it's not just about accepting less. It's about using what you have to get what you want. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're a filmmaker waiting for a huge budget before you start shooting. That might mean you would never start at all. But if you work with what you have, what's available, you borrow a camera, shoot a short film instead of a full-length movie, you're already ahead of those still waiting. Or let's talk numbers here. 10% of 100 million, it's still better than 100% of zero. You know, a lot of people wait for the perfect time to start. I need more money, more connections, a bigger space, and whatnot. But here's the truth. If you keep waiting, you might never start. When we launched in Ibadan, we didn't start with the space and funding we dreamed of. Getting the space we wanted would have cost us millions to set up. But we worked with what we had. And honestly, it's still the best business decision I took. It gave us room to grow and adapt. In the early days, GIG Logistics started with just a few buses before growing into one of Nigeria's largest logistics company. Same thing applies to startups. If you are launching a business, don't wait for everything to be perfect. Start with what you have. Build as you grow. Jumia started with basic e-commerce before expanding into logistics, food delivery, and fintech. Instead of waiting for the perfect product, start lean. Improve as you go. That brings me to something important. Small wins build momentum. It's easy to dismiss small victories. Maybe you wanted 8 figures in funding, or you were offered 7 figures. Some would reject it outright. But when I started out, I needed 8 figures in seed funding. I got 7. Best believe I took it. That money helped me move forward, prove my concepts, and attract bigger opportunities. Instead of rejecting smaller funding opportunities, leverage them and take the next step. Progress is progress, no matter how small. After all, Paystack didn't start as a billion-dollar company. It took smaller investments, built trust, and later got acquired by Stripe for millions of dollars. You know, every opportunity counts. Some creatives turn down jobs because they feel too small. But growth doesn't happen overnight. I know a couple of creatives personally, the likes of Image Faculty, 8 Notes, Divine Anyasi, just to mention a few, who all started with small pay, even did free jobs, and now they get paid the big bucks. If they had waited for the perfect pay, they might have never built the network and reputation they have today. Sometimes the opportunity isn't in the pay. It's in the connections, the visibility, the skills you sharpen. Here's another big one. A lot of people would rather own 100% of a struggling business than 50% of a thriving one. But look at Paystack. They didn't try to build Africa's biggest payment solution alone. Instead, they partnered with investors, grew strategically, and eventually got acquired by Stripe for $200 million. Even MTN Nigeria partnered with banks and fintech startups to launch Momo agents instead of trying to do everything alone. The lesson? Collaboration over control. A lot of businesses miss out on growth because they want to do everything alone. But sometimes sharing the bread means a bigger bread for everyone. The truth is, many of the big names we admire today started with half bread. Half bread isn't just about survival, it's about strategy. It teaches us to see opportunities in what we have instead of focusing on what we don't. Many businesses and careers don't fail because they lack resources. They fail because they lack the mindset to make the most of what's available. So the next time you feel like turning down an opportunity because it's not big enough, ask yourself, can this open doors? Can this lead to something more? What if it's exactly what you need to get to the next level? Because sometimes, half bread is not just better than none. It's the beginning of a full bakery. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and remember, one notion at a time. This is Essien, and you've been listening to Notes and Notions with Essien.